Okay, I think we're ready. Yeah, okay. You just got pranked. I bet you thought whatever was here, the things in the background, that's where I was, right? Well, you're wrong, because they're not there. I'm actually in my room. It's a green screen. I'm really smart. I hope you weren't too scared by that prank. I know, late April Fools. Late April Fools. Anyways, today's video is very emotional. It's taken me a while to come to terms with the fact that I need to make it, but since no one in the community has spoken out about this, I figured I'm gonna take one for the team. I'm gonna bear the cross, and I'm gonna do the ranking of jellyfish. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ye turned. How are you? What are you talking about? There's no way to do this. How can you rank jellyfish? Jellyfish are the rank. They're the best things in the world. And I agree with you on a fundamental level. But when it comes to the nitty and gritty, we do have to categorize them according to their characteristics, their looks, everything. You know, they're boundless. We haven't discovered all of them. So this is a very rudimentary attempt at categorizing the entire genus of the cnidarians. Oh my god, I got that right. Oh my god, cnidarians. I had to Google it real quick. I thought that oh my god, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so a little backstory. I'm the world's foremost leading scientist on jellyfish, and I'm not a speciesist. I'm not like the Aryan race of jellyfish, so I don't just consider the free swimming ones, which is the classic jellyfish. I also consider anything under the family, the cnidarians, except for anemones. Fuck anemones, they're not jellyfish. They're like polyps, but they never grew into jellyfish, so they're like fetuses. Not on my watch. As you'll see in my selection, I have not excluded the more debatable members of the jellyfish class. I know you're thinking, Eterned, the name jellyfish is outdated. Politically correct would be sea jellies because they aren't actually fish. And to that I say that jellyfish, the name, just brings a sense of comfort to me because that's what they are if you think about it. They be fish, but they be jelly. Okay, they're not really fish. Actually, I don't know why I went on that run. I think I just wanted you to know that I know that they're called sea jellies, because this video is the only thing that I'll ever talk about that I know that I should know everything about. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. Do you like my, I was gonna say, do you like my hairpins, but I don't even like them. So this video is brought to you by Lovisa. It's not, but Lovisa, if you want it, no, don't do that. No, I'm kidding. JK, well, so let's get started. Wait, I have to set up screen recording. If you guys didn't know, I'm 40, so I'm not exactly sure how to screen record, but I just figured it out today because WikiHow. This video is actually brought to you by WikiHow if you think about it. So as you can see, hopefully, if I figure out green screen correctly, I've made a chart, well, a tier list, whatever. I found this website thing that everyone else uses because I'm a sheeple. Basically, I've created the tiers. You can already read them, but I'm going to go through each of them so you know exactly the severity of my feelings towards each class. So I'll start at the top, which is sting me. And that's because I've never been stung by a jellyfish. I come from a position of power and privilege. So I have the naivety to kind of be curious about how a sting feels. So this is the ultimate, the best of the best species. God tier, yeah, that's the term for it, right? So the next tier is need as a pet, and that's because if I had the time, money, and a knowledge of saltwater aquatics as a hobby, I'd probably have them as pet jellyfish. I mean, I'd go illegal, I don't care. The jellyfish, they don't have a brain or a nervous system, they can't feel. It's not animal abuse, it's like hitting the water. Yeah, so those are not good enough that I would risk a sting, but they look pretty great, you know? So I'd want them in my house. Then we have the middle, and that's the better than no jellyfish tier. I like them, but I feel like they could be doing more. You have the whole ocean and that's what you're doing? Okay, cool. The next one is possibly the worst category, period. Like anything under that, just we don't care about anymore. But that's the coriander of the Nidarians. It looks better when you look at it on paper or in words because you've got like the play on the CC. I forgot the term for that. English. Yeah, maybe I'll put it up. No, I won't. Those are not great either. Those are in the negative. I wouldn't want them around me, to be honest. To be honest, Hall. Like, not very vibes. I don't know how this is gonna go because I've tried my best not to premeditate any decisions for this video, except for the obviously the list of jellyfish. This part isn't gonna make it into the clip. Why am I talking? And the last category, last but not least, is hope you get beached. We don't care for them. I'm okay with them going. Okay, let's get started. Oh my god, so exciting. Okay, so first up, let's start with something easy. Okay. So first up, we've got the cannonball jellyfish. It looks like this. It's pretty close to vanilla, except it's not as mainstream as, say, the moon jellyfish. There's nothing crazy special about it. It's a free-swimming jellyfish, eats what jellyfish eat, but I will give it points for the name, cannonball jellyfish, because she do be looking like a cannonball though. So I think I'm gonna put her in better than no jellyfish, because she really, like, I'd be pleasantly surprised to see her at an aquarium, though I haven't heard of this species at aquariums. Like, I haven't seen it yet, I haven't heard of it. Maybe it's body shaming within the aquarium community. Maybe I'll dig into that. Let's just get the like basic ones out of the way so we can make room for real controversial opinions. Next up, we have the moon jellyfish. And she would be the RuPaul of jellyfish. Everyone knows her. She's just the jellyfish, you know? Like when you think jellyfish, you either picture the moon jellyfish or the sea nettle, but I would say the moon jellyfish more because it's just more widespread. And also people encounter them more and they don't sting, so people... Well, they sting, but this stingy stings can't penetrate the skin, so people kind of associate them with not being that bad. They're like a chill jellyfish. I don't need her as a pet. No, they are hardy though. As far as jellyfish species go, she can tolerate harsher or more fluctuating water conditions, which is kind of wild. They survive so well in the wild, but in captivity, they still kind of, they're sensitive. Yeah, let's put her as neat as pet. I'm trying this thing where I drink on Fridays. They say to keep up routine, right? And usually Fridays, I'm drinking. Of course, there had to be a problem. I wasn't plugged into the mic. Of course, right? Every video there has to be a problem. It's fine, it's whatever. I'm just gonna go with it. This is my video. Maybe I'll put like a skip to now, just so you don't have to hear horrible audio. I forgot what I was saying, but it's probably about drinking and me justifying. Actually, I don't endorse drinking. This is actually sugar water. I just like to catch the attention of the youths and youngins of today. And I hear that they like alcohol, so I thought I'd fill a bottle with like syrup. ASMR. That's the sound of not vodka being stirred with a pencil. Oh, we have a long way to go. I've been talking a lot. Maybe this is now a documentary channel, a jellyfish enthusiast blog, if you will. I've never had this much to say about anything. On to the next. Let's go with the sea nettle. Now for the sea nettle, I did insert two pictures because we have the sea nettle like classic vanilla skin, and then we have the black sea nettle, which in my opinion is okay. No, I'll get there in a second. So the sea nettle is pretty, she's about the same as a moon jellyfish, but I'd say a lot more interesting to look at because you have more components. So visually she's stunning. She does sting, but I don't see that as a minus or a plus. It's like saying people breathe. She's a jellyfish, she's gonna sting to some extent. She goes down here. She is just as cool as the moon jellyfish, but when you bring the black sea nettle into the picture, she goes out the window because look at this. She's stunning. She looks like a meatball. A meatball turned into a dress that got thrown into the water. She's Anita's pet. And she looks so full, which for jellyfish, they generally look pretty flimsy, but she looks like she could take a hit. She couldn't, obviously, but it's nice to think that she thinks she can. Oh, this is, okay, so we've got the box jellyfish up next. Really famous, allegedly the most venomous animal in the world. Well, she's in the ranks. It really depends on your definition. Honestly, her presentation is sloppy. She's that one girl who has really long hair so she doesn't think she needs to dress up or, you know, look good. She's just got like really long tentacles. I think she's like 6 to 12 feet, like full grown. And she's a pain. No, this is a tough one. I'm gonna put her in the coriander. Visually is quite unappealing. She looks like a moon jellyfish on steroids. Like if moon jellyfish started taking sugar bear hair and just grew it out and became really toxic. Yeah, that would be her. She's scary. She's got stage presence. I would give her that. But overall, no. Okay, next up is the blue glaucus. Now, as I said before, I am open to non-traditional jellyfish. She's not even in the family. I think she belongs to the mollusk family. Or is it the nudibranch one? I'm not sure exactly. But she is stunning to look at. That's why I included her on the list. No, she's going as Nita's pet. She's just, like, can you imagine looking like that? And also, she eats other creatures with stinging cells and then, like, steals them. She culturally appropriates to protect herself. Amazing. Name another animal doing that right now. I think she invented it. Which, I mean, inventing things, do you know how many years of evolution, or I guess if you're religious, like creationism, that takes? Oh, right. The blue glaucus also deserves its spot as Nita's pet because it's named after a Greek god, and in my books, anything that links back to mythology in any way whatsoever already gets automatic points for that. I'm sorry, that's just the way the world works. Oh, next up, we're doing the Portuguese man of war, otherwise known as the blue bottle. I don't know. People really like giving jellyfish nicknames, but I guess it's because they're all like so cute. Now, this one is another controversial addition to the list. She's actually a siphonophore, which is even crazier than the last one because she's not even one animal. A siphonophore is when a bunch of creatures go, hey, let's collab, and then they become one. They're just a bunch of organs that like somehow work together. It's insane. They go as Sting Me just because they have that whole like, backstory going on. And oh, fun fact, the blue glaucus eats her. She eats her. They had rivalry before they got on the show. Wow, so that's the first Sting Me. Good job. Oh my god, this list is getting somewhere. Let's do the lion's mane. She's the No, we're not gonna say. She's the big girl of the season. She's huge, like the biggest jellyfish and one of the largest animals of the ocean. I believe that she comes close to the blue whale. Okay, she really doesn't. She just has tentacle length. That's kind of a cop out. That's kind of a... She's kind of lame, but she's huge, like massive. I don't want her as a pet though. See, that's the thing. And she isn't that visually stunning. The scale of her is pretty insane, but on her own, without scale, without any sort of background, she looks like an overweight version of the black sea nettle. The meatball got left in the freezer and it went kind of stale. Okay, she's going in better than no jellyfish. I hope that aquariums in the near future start carrying her species. Because can you imagine? Like, I don't want to see a whale when I go to the aquarium. I want to see you carry a fucking lion's mane. Okay, now I'm just like, projecting. No, okay, we're going back to the list. Okay, up next we have the blue blubber. There's not much to say about her. She's, again, a very vanilla species. I think she goes as Nita's pet. Cause she's kind of cute. Maybe I'll put like a gif or like a video of her swimming around here. She is cute. And she does come in different colors, mind you. She does not just come in blue. I've seen variations of like black, brown, I think green, and a yellow. Like imagine a whole tank of that. Earth tones. Literally earth tones, because you've got blue as well, like water. Like earth. Okay, let's do the upside down jellyfish. So, while she might not be visually stunning, and this is the best picture I could find of her, by the way, she does not look good. Because she spends her life on the floor of mangroves and shallow water. Because she captures photosynthetic algae or something, and she just she's a landlord. She's literally a landlord. Oh my god. Okay, no, she goes down a tier. Whatever tier I was gonna give her, she goes down one. She's a landlord. She literally just hosts her tenants and takes their rent slash energy. And she sits there. Although they have done a study and she's the first species of jellyfish that have been confirmed to have a sleep cycle, which is insane if you consider that jellyfish don't even have a brain, and yet here they are sleeping. I really don't think anyone's gonna watch this video. This is a this is a passion project. I'm talking for me here. This is for future reference. Yeah, she was gonna go as Nita's pet just because I like the mechanism of her feeding off the sun, but the fact that she has tenants that she could treat unjustly, I can't live with that. Eat the rich. No, she goes as better than no jellyfish. Okay, so far I've been really nice. I've been lenient to the girls. Okay, no, it's time to kick it up a notch. The Numora jellyfish. Okay, now this bitch right here, she's the leading cause of the slowdown of the Japanese fishing industry. She gets triggered by anything. Like anything causes her polyps to just... Okay, jellyfish grow like plants. To picture what I'm talking about, imagine if a plant in the ground, like this is the plant, and instead of having a flower that just stood there, the flower would fly the off into the ocean. They just come out of like these little polyp things. So as long as the polyps are triggered, you've got a jellyfish bloom. Or as I recently learned, a swarm of jellyfish is called a smack, which is really weird. I want that removed. I'm gonna start a petition after this video. I believe that the proper term is a bloom or a medusa of jellyfish. I've heard that one. We don't know. All of this is alleged, by the way. This is a drama channel. Alleged, alleged, alleged. So she is really bad for the economy. But at the same time, the causes of her blooms are human-based. Global warming, and between Japan and China, they keep adding sand and stirring up the ground. And that's perfect environment for the polyps to like settle down. They just start hoboing there. And the next thing you know, you've got like, dead fish everywhere. But that's not her fault. She's just straight vibing. Now the thing about the Numora jellyfish is when they get killed, because sometimes they'll pull in nets and they'll just be full of the jellyfish because they're fishing for fish, but then the jellyfish are like, hey, we're here, bye fish. So they'll kill them. The fishermen will just slice them, send them to the bottom of the ocean. And that's why they make the mistake, because upon death, these bitches come. They come big and fat. Imagine if during a massacre, everyone started violently orgasming and releasing eggs and sperm. Fertilization, you've got the next swarm just like waiting to happen. Oh my god, I know too much. Someone hire me. I want to do like, videos on jellyfish forever. Okay, this is officially a nature channel. No more makeup, no more whatever I posted before this. That seems like a fair spot for her. Next up, we've got the crown jellyfish. I think she's one of the most visually stunning jellyfish that I've ever seen. I mean, look at her. I don't know about her stinging or her lifestyle habits, anything. She's got no scandals as far as I know. This is the jellyfish they'll put on thumbnails on YouTube, and it'll be titled 10 weirdest aliens we found in the ocean. She's that cool. I'm gonna put her as Sting Me. Up next, we've got the egg jellyfish. Now, here's the tea. When I googled the egg jellyfish, because I've known about her, I've seen her in documentaries and whatnot, 2 species came up, but they don't seem to be differentiated by Google. So we've got what I'd call the real egg jellyfish, which is, this is like the lion's mane's alternate skin. You have to pay for this one. She looks like a fried egg, and she's a bad. She eats moon jellyfish and, well, she eats other jellyfish, but mostly moon jellyfish and also plankton and whatever. I will give her points for the campiness. She goes as neat as a pet. Next up is the other egg jellyfish. She looks like she's more tropical. She's an island girl. She doesn't have the ferocity of the previous one. This one's kind of cute though. I think she's better than no jellyfish. Yeah, she's great. Like, maybe she has a big nose, but she also is loaded and has a good sense of humor. So instead of a 6, she's a 7. Okay, now we're getting intense. The comb jellyfish. I don't think they fall under the Cnidarian categorization, although they have been generalized as deep sea jellyfish, because they're too different from free swimming jellyfish. Anyway, she's pretty cool. She's like a light show. She either has bioluminescence or she reflects light using her little arm things. Maybe I'll show a thing here. I feel like a weird science teacher right now. She's kind of empty otherwise. As far as I know, she drifts around. I think she's cannibalistic. I'm really a biased judge, but yeah, she goes and Sting Me. Next up we have the Irukandji. Now let me just say, I don't think she deserves anything. She's a contender for the most venomous creature next to the box jellyfish, but she's the size of the fingernail on your pinky. That's such a cop-out. If you're gonna be that venomous, you have to have the balls to show your face. You have to be, look, here I am, and I'm gonna sting you. Like the box jellyfish to some extent. She's a snitch. I don't trust her at all. She lies. She lies a lot because her parents don't love her. She goes in, I hope you get beached. There's just no showmanship with her. She's not even a good sport. I don't know what sports is though, I'm gay. Oh my god, the next one, okay, I have a bias for her. I think she's my favorite species. Period. This is the Stygiomedusa, or Medusae. I don't know, I'm not a marine biologist. That dream died when I realized I had to do math. Actually, it might be Stygio. I think it comes from... No, I'm not even gonna try. There've been less than 100 sightings of her, and they've all been in those like deep dive remote viewing. I forgot the acronym for it. I'm not smart. Anyways, she's crazy. She's wild. She's huge. Massive. I think she's something like 50 feet. That could be clickbait. I don't know. She's ginormous though. It's kind of insane. The weirdest thing about her is she has no stinging cells. She doesn't have tentacles. She has oral arms. Okay, fun fact time, because this whole thing hasn't been fun. Jellyfish have two class of tentacles. They have oral arms, which are what they use to pull the prey back into their mouth, which is under the bell, by the way, like right in the center. And then they have tentacles, which are the stingers. They sort of drift around and immobilize the prey for the oral arms to do all the work. Imagine the stinging tentacles as cutlery, and the oral arms are your mouth. They sort of bring the food. Okay, yeah, you get what I mean. She's stunning. I want to know more about her. I hope that they discover, you know, the way she feeds within my lifetime, because she's got long tentacles, but it's not easy to coerce a fish into your mouth as a jellyfish. You know, maybe she feeds on plankton, but then why the need for these long arms? They don't seem to be responsible for her movement. They're just sort of there. If you're a scientist, please message me, like a marine biologist. I will both marry you, but also ask about the jellyfish. She goes and sting me. I think I should have added another category, and it should have been immobilize me with your tentacles and use your oral arms to drag me to your mouth. I think that would have done her justice. Okay, we're almost there. Second last one, the spotted jellyfish. She's cute. I think she relies on aesthetics a bit too much for my taste. She's pretty vanilla, but she is cute. She does have unique tentacles. They're not as widespread as the traditional, just long and stingy. She's got like little ruffles. She's got sleeves. I like her. I'm gonna put her as Nita's pet. And last but not least, okay, I'm sorry if I didn't include your favorite species. Shout out to the mauve stinger. I was gonna put her, but she's a bit too similar to the sea nettle. Another shout out to the stingless jellyfish found in the Philippines. They're cute, but they just didn't have enough impact for me. Maybe I'll do another video on more niche species. Oh my god, this is a jellyfish channel. I don't care anymore. So the last species I have is the immortal jellyfish. Very little is known about them, except that they're freaking biologically immortal. That doesn't mean that they can't die, obviously, but it means that when they get harmed or they reach an age where they'd be in a wheelchair or forgetting their grandchildren's names in human terms, they revert back to their polyp stage. Wait, how do babies look like? Like, that's a baby inside of the womb, right? You just turn back to that, and then you regrow from scratch. You say, "F it, I'm starting over." And I guess they're like investigating it because science wants to make humans immortal. It's not a good idea, but sure, why not? She's not a showgirl. She doesn't have what it takes to make it. It's best that she sticks to academia, like books not looks. So I'm gonna put her in better than no jellyfish. I admire her contributions, but in the age of aesthetics, you've got to do more than be immortal. Gotta have inches or you've got to be colorful. I don't make the rules. I know it's controversial, especially since she's made the biggest contribution to science since they found the bioluminescent cells in jellyfish, and then that. Okay, I don't actually know what scientists do with that. I've just heard that they're very beneficial to studying things, but also they've been used to bioengineer things like glowfish. That's something. I could go into a whole other video about that. But that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I think I had the most fun recording this out of everything I've ever done in my entire life, because finally I get to talk about jellyfish without people telling me to shut up, you know? Okay, no one's ever told me to shut up, but I see it in their eyes. They're like, he really thinks this is interesting. Just to summarize, the only ones that really matter to me are the Stygiomedusae, the crown jellyfish, the Portuguese man of war, and the comb jellyfish. And the ones that we want to see go extinct. She's not the moment. She is nothing of the sort. Somebody has lied to her several times, and that's Miss Irukandji. And if I'm not wrong, there are 3 different variations of her. I don't know how. Embarrassing. Oh well. Like and subscribe if you want. Actually, this is a really confusing time to be promoting my channel because I just did a video on jellyfish. My channel's listed as, I think it's makeup, something like that. I'm changing it after this. I'm gonna take down Nat Geo Wild. David Attenborough, I'm coming for your job. You better watch it. I'm about to come here and like do a whole show on jellyfish. I don't even care. Okay, like subscribe if you like makeup or jellyfish. Like, yeah. Okay, don't look. I'm